Alright, so we're at Due Diligence today. This is Canyon Club Apartments in Houston. It's 240 units. We feel that due diligence is a very important stage of acquiring a multifamily property. So we're very thorough when we do our inspections. We're inside one of the units right now, one of the few vacant units in this apartment. It's actually 97% occupied right now. However, they have not done many upgrades to the apartment. The current owner has owned it for 15 years now, and just hasn't, he's felt comfortable with what he has and hasn't done the upgrades. Therefore, the market rent right now, it's about $250 to $300 off of what is being paid for the rent at this apartment. One of the things we're going to do to seize some of that market rent is so this unit, they're calling it a 1.5 bedroom. This is the half bedroom. And what we're gonna do is turn it into a true 2 bedroom. So we're just gonna do a little bit of framing here, add a bedroom door, and then in this little space that they have as a desk right now, we're gonna knock that all out and create a closet. So we're just gonna frame in a closet, add a shelf and a rod, and you got 2 bedrooms. So we'll be able to get the higher rent bumps on those. As far as the rest of the unit goes, like I said, there hasn't been many updates. You know, the flooring is old vinyl flooring. Cabinets haven't been upgraded or painted or pretty much anything. Most of the appliances have got to go. They're not in good shape. And then countertops can be saved. They can be resurfaced. All the fixtures, light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, doorknobs, all that has got to be upgraded. The bathrooms, as far as the bathrooms go, kind of the same as the kitchen. You know, the cabinets need to be upgraded. Countertops can possibly be saved and resurfaced. Same with the tub and the tub surround. But light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, all of those have got to go. Definitely going to put a low flow toilet in there and fixtures throughout the plumbing fixtures, so we can lower the expenses on the utilities. As far as the bedrooms, pretty simple here, you know, just mainly new flooring and new paint. And that's about it. So we're gonna be doing that to all 240 units are gonna be upgraded. They're not all 1.5 bedrooms turning into 2 bedrooms, but there's a chunk of that. And we spent the last 3 days here going through each unit, doing the unit by unit walks, and then also inspecting the exteriors and pretty much every component to this property. So here we are in another unit. So this is a what they call an efficiency. So it's got no door into what essentially would be the bedroom. So we're gonna go ahead and turn these into true 1 bedrooms. We're gonna frame in here and add a door, and then we're gonna have to run a duct. Take the same duct and split it between the bedroom and the living room. That will allow us to charge a little more for the unit, be able to call it a 1 bedroom versus a studio. And like the other units, it needs upgrading. Everything, you know, in the kitchen and throughout is just classic. So we would come in, put in new appliances, new fixtures, light, plumbing, hardware, new flooring, and good to go. All right, so it's very important to understand the exteriors of the property when you're doing due diligence. Wanted to point out a couple things. So one of the first things we look at is the carpentry. So you can see here, there's been some sloppy repairs. This wood is pretty rotted out, so we'll come here and replace the 2x6. Good thing is you've got hardy siding. So it's a cement-based siding and it holds up really well. And the entire property has had that replaced at some point, so that's awesome. And then we will check out the brick and look for any cracks in the brick, any separation. This property, so far everything we've seen is in good shape when it comes to the brick. And then kind of go, working our way up, we'll check out the downspouts and gutters, and then up to the roof. The gutters and downspouts, we found some issues, pretty minor, on the drainage, on the downspouts. Most of the bottoms are missing, which is very common. So we'll make sure to add the elbows there and kick out the water away from the property. The roofs, we were told they were replaced just a couple years ago. From what we saw, that does look accurate. There's still some issues. As far as we'll probably be putting in a tune-up for each roof. There's nail pops. Some of the pipe jacks aren't sealed properly. Some loose shingles, mainly on the ridge. All right, so here we are in what used to be an amenity, I guess. They decided to fill in this pool and really did a poor job of filling in the pool. But we feel that it's a good spot for an amenity for the residents. Right now, nobody's using it for anything. And even the structure back here, we're gonna knock it out and we're gonna probably add a pergola with some seating and barbecues, maybe some string lighting as well. We've done that before in other apartments, and it's a nice touch. And then in what used to be the pool, we're thinking of doing a playground possibly. And there's actually 2 areas just like this one, so we're not sure. We know we don't want to do 2 playgrounds, so we're still debating what to do on that other one. But amenities are very important as well. You know, it's when we're doing our due diligence, we do focus on the deferred maintenance and making sure that we know everything about the property and its structure and components. But at the same time, we're also thinking upgrades, amenities. You know, how are we going to improve the property? That way, by focusing on both, by the time we're done with our due diligence inspection, we have a full grasp of what we're going to be doing for our CapEx. We'll have a very detailed scope of work. So before we even made it to this point during our property tour, we already started putting together our scope. And throughout our due diligence, we've been referencing that and updating it as we go, as we find new items, adjustments we need to make. For example, our AC units. We knew we had older AC units from walking this. We kind of just threw a number at it. That number was 100 units we thought we were going to have to replace. After our inspections today, it looks like it's going to be more about 80 or so units. But by the time, maybe a week after we're done with this inspection, we'll have our detailed scope of work, and we'll know maybe 98% of what we're going to be doing once we acquire the property and take over. The day right after we take over, our crews will be here, materials will be purchased, and we'll start getting to work and really fast track the business plan and get it completed. So I'm here standing in front of the leasing office. This is one of the items that we feel we need to upgrade and really put that first impression in when we have the residents drive up, and then also when they walk into the leasing office. So this canopy is gone. We'll be removing that, possibly putting maybe a nicer metal roof or just something more modern. And then as far as inside the leasing office, we're going to open up some space. There's a really large office right now that doesn't need to be that big, and we're really going to open it up and then upgrade everything within, meaning the flooring, lighting, and most likely get an interior designer to come in and give us some of their recommendations as well. We'll do the same with the exterior painting, signage. So we've got the main sign as you pull up. That's going to be redone, as well as all the building signs and any other signage throughout the property. Haven't decided if we're going to rebrand it completely, but definitely going to do new signage. Just don't know if we're going to change the name yet. Then one of the most important things I think during takeover and just letting the residents know that there's new ownership and we really care about them is we're going to secure the property. Right now the pedestrian gates are all removed. None of the slide gates are working. So it's one of the first things we'll do. We'll come in and we'll secure the property, and then start doing our upgrades and the deferred maintenance. So any major deferred maintenance like the plumbing issues and AC units, we'll knock all those off right in the beginning as well. I always stress how important it is to scope all your plumbing lines. Never know what you're going to find. So you guys have been scoping the lines all day today, and they just called us over because there's a rock about that big sitting inside one of the lines. Really nothing you can do at that point other than cutting the line, removing the rock, and then repairing it. So if we weren't to scope the lines, we wouldn't know we would have that issue, and eventually what would end up happening is you'd have backup issues. And first thing we'd probably do is flush the lines. You're not going to be able to get rid of that rock by flushing the lines. So then we would end up losing money trying to fix a problem when we could have just inspected it to begin with. and budgeted to repair it in the beginning.